Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel with TrailerMountain.com, and today I'm testing and reviewing the Outdoor Vitals Stormloft 30-degree top quilt. Now, I just actually used this thing this past weekend up in Big Sur, and it's a 30-degree quilt. Now, granted, it didn't get that cold, down to 30, but it was in the low 40s, and I was in just long pants, regular socks, and pretty much like a long sleeve t-shirt, and was totally fine. Completely warm all night, never needed a jacket or anything else inside the quilt. So the shell is a 10D Vital Dry. It's also DWR coated, so super silky smooth on the outside. It's also a 10D on the inside, but obviously not DWR coated on the inside because you don't really need that. But it is also 11.5 ounces of fill weight. It's an 800 fill power down quilt, and you can see how small this thing is, and it even gets even smaller. It is what they call their Stormloft insulation, and it is responsibly sourced down, which is excellent, so good job Outdoor Vitals. And it's also treated down. So without further ado, let's get this thing out. It does come with straps, so keep that in mind. Those are the straps that are going to hold it to the sleeping pad, so you're not going to fall off your sleeping pad in the middle of the night, which is super important. And here it is right here. $10D outside and inside, obviously inside red. Really nice bright red color too, I really like that. And this thing is just light as a feather, and you can just see how well it lofts up just already. It is a sewn together foot box, but it does have Outdoor Vitals branded, and the foot box is really, really wide. So the only thing I would think of is maybe on the next version, make this a drawstring so you can vent the feet. Aside from that, I mean, you can just tell this thing is like blowing in the wind. It's not that windy today, but it is really, really nice. It does have buckles, so you can unbuckle these and pretty much open this thing all the way up. Pretty far. So another cool thing that I really like is not only does it have the buckles to keep this quilt wrapped around you, but it also has two snaps towards the top by the collar. So here and here. So that'll cinch it up around your neck. And on the outside here, it has a drawstring. So you can really cinch this thing around your neck. Obviously, don't make it too tight because then you're going to choke, but you can cinch this thing down around your neck and just really lock in all that heat. I've tested some of the gear from Outdoor Vitals before, and I've always liked their gear. They are a direct-to-customer retailer, so there's no middleman, so that's how they're able to keep their costs down. But you know, just the fact alone that they're using responsibly sourced down and a low price point makes this a quality quilt for somebody who's wanting to get into a quilt but doesn't want to spend the money on the big name brands. This is a great way to do it. It's way less expensive than, you know, a lot of the other quilt makers on the you know, in the market right now. So that being said, if you're thinking about going to a quilt from a sleeping bag, I would. I went to quilts a while ago and I've never looked back. The benefit to going to a quilt is obviously a couple: lightweight, more compressible. Secondly, it's lightweight because if in a sleeping bag, when you're in your sleeping bag and you're laying on all the insulation that's around you, all the insulation you're laying on is compressed and it's offering no warmth at all. So it's just added weight. And that's the whole idea behind going to a quilt, is that you don't need all that extra weight. You kind of just put your legs in, you pull this thing around you like a blanket, and you go to sleep, and it's going to keep you warm. Now, as I said, you could also lock these down, you know, the snaps, keep it around the collar pretty tight to really just lock in all that heat. This thing was awesome in Big Sur. I had no issues with it whatsoever, but just super lightweight. And you can just tell how much it lofts up. I mean, just from the stuff sack alone to where it is now, I mean, this thing is like severe loft. So good little shake will do it. It is not noisy at all. And as I said, this is like silky smooth 10D ripstop nylon. And it does have, I don't know if you can see it in the light, in the sunlight, but it has vertical baffles along the length of the body, and towards the foot, it has horizontal baffles to really just kind of keep your feet warm too. Sometimes my feet get cold, and this is really gonna insulate the feet a lot better than, you know, just keeping the vertical baffle going all the way down. Aside from that, it also comes with its own stuff sack, which is also the 10D ripstop nylon, so the stuff sack doesn't weigh hardly anything. You can choose to bring it with you, or just kind of stuff the quilt in your backpack like I do. Like, I hardly ever use the stuff sack unless I'm going to be, you know, putting stuff in my backpack that might be sharp, so I don't want to take a risk of damaging the quilt. The only thing I wish it came with was a storage bag. You know, sometimes you'll get like a storage bag with your quilt that's like a mesh bag. It's big and it will keep the loft. You know, for something like this, I mean, I have a lot of big giant Tupperwares in my gear loft that I keep all my quilts in. So just in case, you know, mice get in there or something like that, they can't get in and damage the gear. So that'd be the only thing I wish it was included, but it does come with the straps, and it is I mean, it's a great quilt for the price point. Let's get over to Big Sur. I shot some video while I was out there, and I'll show you inside the tent on how well the quilt, in my opinion, did. And yeah, we'll finish up this review.
So last night I slept in the Outdoor Vitals top quilt. I like the gray and the red. It was not very cold last night. It was probably, I would say, low to mid 40s. This is a 30-degree quilt. I didn't use a jacket at all. I pretty much slept just in this long sleeve. Kind of a thermal. It's not really a thermal, but totally warm all night. And it does have these cool little straps, not straps, but snaps on the top section here. So if you really want to, you can snap these around you and then use the drawstring to really cinch this thing around your neck. It has two of these. It's a snap here and another snap right down here. So you can snap this around your collar and lock in all that heat around your body. But I didn't really use it. I got the long and the wide. I'm 6 foot and about 170 pounds. And the long and wide was perfect for me because I like to use this thing as like a blanket and kind of just curl up with it. So I liked all the extra fabric. Other than that, perfect length. It goes all the way down to my feet, you know. So I had plenty of room. The foot box is super wide. So I had, you know, I don't like when my feet are constricted. The only downside to the foot box, I would say, is maybe a consideration for Outdoor Vitals in the future is to make the foot box like a drawstring. Some quilts actually have that thing as a drawstring where you can like just open it and then boom, you have like pretty much a blanket at that point. But you can also vent the feet. So if your feet get over hot, you know, too overheated, you can also vent the foot box. But aside from that, that's not really a negative. It's just a design. So with that being said, Outdoor Vitals quilt, extremely warm. For the price point, it's excellent and super comfortable. As I said, I do like the gray and the red. It is super puffy. It has plenty of loft. There was no real cold spots anywhere on the whole quilt. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed their products before and I've used them over the years. So this was the first time I actually used their top quilt. We're out here in Big Sur. So it's pretty awesome. I like it, and it will definitely be coming with me on many other trips. So, good job, Outdoor Vitals. Another thing to point out is that it has vertical baffles for the body and horizontal baffles for the foot box. So, super cool. I do like that it has Outdoor Vitals branded. And just get out of this thing. Does come with the strap. This way it keeps you planted onto your sleeping pad. And several snaps, but you can just see the loft on this thing. The loft from the foot box. Plenty of loft. Nice quilt.
All right, so when you're done with your quilt, what I would do is I would usually kind of start at the foot box. Open up your stuff sack and just get to stuffing. It's amazing on how compressed this thing actually gets compared to how big it actually gets when you take it out of the sack. Get your straps, Don't forget those. Alright guys, so that's my review of the Stormloft 30-degree top quilt from Outdoor Vitals. Ooh, cool company, man. These guys are making some really nice gear and definitely price point appropriate. You know, these guys are making really good gear, but sometimes good gear comes with a high price tag. Outdoor Vitals stuff is usually pretty inexpensive. So Outdoor Vitals also offers 2 different sizes in this. They offer the regular and then the long wide. I got the long wide, not because I'm super tall or super wide. I'm actually quite the opposite, but I wanted the extra blanket to kind of roll, you know, to wrap around me. So didn't see any issues whatsoever. I didn't feel like it was too big. The regular is 1 pound 2 ounces. The wide long, which is this, is 1 pound 4 ounces. So for me, it was worth the extra 2 ounces, and I really, really like it. As I said, 800 fill power, 10D, DWR treated, super lightweight, very compressible, and hardly takes up any room in your pack, and it's extremely lightweight. Just for the record, this is not a paid review. I don't get paid to do these reviews. So keep that in mind. This is an unbiased, organic review. So thanks for checking out my latest review of the Outdoor Vitals Stormloft 30-degree top quilt. Really appreciate you checking out my video and spending your valuable time with me. If you like my review and found it informative and you want to buy one of these for yourself, head on over to outdoorvitals.com and check out all their gear. They have sleeping bags, quilts, tents, backpacks. They have pretty much something for everybody, so definitely worth a look at in my opinion. If you guys have any questions or comments about the quilt, I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you leave those down in my comment section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, do please like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot when people subscribe to my channel and like what I have to say about the gear that I'm testing. So when you subscribe, make sure you also click on that bell icon, because when you do that, you're going to get notified every time I post a new video, which is weekly. So thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor-related hodgepodge, tech and camera reviews, gear talk, and giveaways. Take care, guys. Get outdoors.